Well, hello and welcome to Lori's Crafting Place. I had to stop and look. Lori's Crafting Place.blogspot.com. And I'm so glad you could join me today. Today I want to show you a card that I got from DawnStampingThoughts.net. And I thought this was such a cute card. Let me get you down here. Let's see. Let's go a little, I guess. Let's see, I guess we'll be able to see that all right. Let's come over here a little bit better. And it's called a Mixed Florals Fun Fold. And this is what it looks like. So it folds up into like an A2 envelope. And then you open it up. And oh, I mean, look at that. It's got a little fancy, like a box right there. And this is what it looks like when you open it up. And I just thought it was really a cute style, and I really like that. So I also used, with the one we're gonna make, I used Grace's Garden. This is an old retired stamp set. But, you know, I like to use my old ones. You know, what good are they if you buy them and you only can use them once? Or, you know, whatever. And so, yeah, I'm gonna use that. So let's get started here. You're going to need, let me tell you all the pieces you're going to need. You're going to need a card base, and I just had this in my stash. I don't know what color it is, but it's some kind of a yellow color. And it's an 5.5 by 11, and then I'll take you through the scoring in a minute. So you'll need that. And you're going to need a piece for the inside that is, let me see if I can find it here, 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I stamped on that, and then I put some flowers. We'll color those in. You're going to need a piece that is 1.5 by 5 1/4, and we're going to stamp on that one. That's this one right here, which I decided to use something different. Okay. And then you're going to need a piece that we're going to cut. We're going to stamp and color it, and then we're going to cut it out. So it's just a scrap piece. And I just had this stamp set, or this stamp, and so a red rubber wood mounted one. And it was the one I had that was, you know, big and would fit on there. And so we're going to have a scrap piece and do that. And then you're going to need a piece that is, let's see, 1.5 by 2 3/4, which is this one. And a piece that is 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. And that's this one here. Okay, and so let's set those aside a minute, and I'm going to put my sample over there and get my score tool out here so we can do the scoring on this. Oh, and also I used some of these blending pens. This is Highland Heather right here. I have a light and a dark. I'm going to use those. And then I have Shaded Spruce. Then I have a light and a dark. And we're going to use those. And let's see, was that it? Yep, I think that was all I was going to tell you. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to start with, and I think I'm going to use, I guess I'll just use this scoring tool right here that comes with my Martha Stewart one. So I'm going to come down here so you can see this. I'm going to come like that. So with the 11-inch at the top, we are going to score, and I need to get this up a little closer so that I can see it. We're going to score it at 1 3/4. So 1 3/4 right here. 1 3/4. Then we're going to score it at 3 1/2. And then we're going to score it at 5 1/4. 5 1/4. And then at 7. Okay. All right, so I'm going to fold these so that you can see where they are. Okay, so you can see. Okay, so I will have these measurements down in the description, so you'll be able to go back and look and see what they were. So one more time, let's just do that again. So we scored it at 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, and at 7. And then we're going to turn it with this side. We're not going to do any more scoring, so I'm going to put that away. And I'm going to get out my Stampin' Up! Paper cutter here. Okay, and let's see. We're going to take this with the short side up at the top, the 5 1/2 inch side at the top, and we want to bring this to 1 1/4 inches. So right over here, we want to bring this at 1 1/4 inches. Okay, all the way down. And then we're going to take our cutting blade, and where this first score mark is, we're going to cut. We're going to make a slit. Make sure you don't move your paper. Okay, we're going to make a cut, and we're going to cut down to this 1 2 3, to this third score. Okay. All right, now let me open it up and make sure. Yep, okay. Now what we're going to do is just slide it over to where we're at 1 1/4 over here on this side. Okay, so you have 1, and then there's the 1/4 inch. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring this up here to that first score mark, and we're going to go down to the third one. Make sure I don't go past it, and I didn't go past it. So I want to make sure that I go all the way up there, but don't go past it. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we've got this going on. That's all we need to do for that. I mean, it's pretty easy, pretty simple. So then we're going to take the card, because this is going to fold this way, and you can use your whatever tool you want to use. And let me get this over here. Make sure you can still see. Okay, and then this one is going to go, it's going to go like this. Okay, did you see how I did that? And I'm going to kind of smooth this out here. So what I did was, you have you're not going to do anything to this one, this score line, but this is going to be a mountain, and this one is going to be nothing, and then but this right here is going to be the valley. So you have a valley, so you kind of have like a mountain, a valley, a mountain, and this one's a mountain. So you can see that. And then it makes that little box right there. Okay, I hope I explained that well enough. Okay, so this one you're going to fold over. This you're going to bring into the middle, which will naturally make these two. And then you can just kind of go like that. Looks like I need a new cutting blade in my tools, leaving these little, all these little thingies from my paper. Okay, so there's that. Now, the rest is easy. We need to do some coloring. So this one we don't need to color. This one we do. And part of this one we do. So I'm going to get out the lightest one here. And I'm going to use the small tip right here. And I'm going to color these little flowers right here. Just putting a little bit of color on here. And then we'll see, we'll take this shaded spruce and we're going to do the same thing using the smaller tip. And we're going to do the leaves. And just color them. And so that just adds a little color. Oh, there you go. And that one will go on there. Then let's see, I've already done some of this. So what I did was I colored it with the lighter and I used the bigger tip. I colored all these stems and the leaves. And then I took the darker one and I put some shading in there. So I made those little lines and stuff on there. So now you'll see what I'm talking about when we're going to color this. So I'm going to take the lightest one, and I'm going to use this big tip. And I'm going to go like this. And I'm just going to start coloring. That is the lightest one. I want to make sure I grab the right one. And then just come in here and color. And if I miss some and leave some white, it's okay. And so we're just going to color this and get it all done so that we can put it on our card. Because I don't have a die cut for this, so it's going to have to be cut by hand. So this video will take a little bit longer. But once you have all these pieces done, well, this is another quick and easy card, and I just want to thank Dawn. She also has a live called dawn@theglitterpit.com. I almost wanted to sing her little jingle. It goes with it. I've been watching her for years, and I really, she is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I just really enjoy her videos. And she's got so much energy, and I don't know, she's just a great lady to watch. If you ever get a chance to get on her YouTube channel and see some of her videos, they're great. So there's a lot of people out there that I watch, and some of them just really have a presence about them. And so there, that didn't take too long to do that. And then we'll take the darker one, and then where all these little lines are inside the flower. Well, that's what I'm gonna do next, is just kind of make them stand out. Give it some dimension, give it some life. And it doesn't take long to do this. Just copying those little things there. And just see what it does. Just makes it pop. So that's what we're doing here. Anyways, I used to love to color more. and I need to get back to doing it because it is fun. Okay, that one we're going to cut out. So let's just get all our coloring done here first. So I think, again, I'm going to use some light, color some of these flowers around here. Let's see, where's another one? There, and there, and there. We can get that edge over here. No. Yeah, doesn't take too long, really, to color. I think that's one up there. And I think what I'm going to do is oops, I missed one down here. Let's get this one right here. There. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a yellow here, a lighter one, because I want some of this color in this too. Oops, I missed another one. Wow. Step back away from it for a minute and you can see all these ones that I missed. These roses. Let's see, did I get them? Get them all? There's one right there. Okay, I think that's good. Then we'll take this yellow, and I think I'm gonna kind of make these ones right here yellow. Just making them stand out a little bit. Okay, I think that's all the yellow ones. And let's see. Do I want to go back to the, I guess I will do these flowers. I think they're flowers. Let's do these circle things in here too. Get those all done. And let me see, where's another one? There's one, there's one. I think that's it. I'm not sure what that is. That looks like a flower. That one kind of looks like a flower. I hope they're flowers. And then I'm going to take the light green here, the shaded spruce, and we're going to do all these leaves. I don't know if that's a leaf, but we're going to say it's a leaf. As you get going here, you go, oh, I don't think that's a leaf. I think that's a flower. But we'll see. Oh, I missed one there too. Well, we'll come back and we'll catch them. And see what happens there. All this coloring. Yeah, it definitely adds some color there. Even on the ground, there's some leaves here. Hard to tell. Sometimes some leaves look like leaves, some leaves don't look like leaves. I'm going to say that's a leaf. Okay, well, I don't know about you guys, but you know that I moved to Oklahoma, and I am telling you, wow, when it rains, it's a gully washer here. I'm telling you, I've never seen so much rain when it rains. It just comes down in buckets. And my front yard looked like a lake. Oh, it's something else. But yeah, I could not believe it. Oh, it's quite interesting living here. And it's oops, I didn't mean to color that color. I was going to grab my purple purplish color here and do some more of these that I think are flowers, but I can't tell. I missed a couple. There's one there. There was one up here. I think that's all the flowers there are. We'll say that's a flower. Okay, I think that's good. Alrighty, so we got that one colored. Oh, we got a little more here. Let's take this one back out. I think I'm going to use the yellow on this too. I think I like that. I don't know if it's what it is, but it's going to be yellow on mine. So, some yellow, and this flower right here. Yeah, we got a few flowers here. I think, oops, there's one right there. I'm not sure. Some of these are hard to tell what they are. Okay. I think that's good on that. Let's get the lighter green out and color these leaves. A few leaves around here. Anyhow, I don't know why I got off talking about the weather, but it is quite interesting around here. I'm going to even put some on the grass here. So, anyway, oh, we'll get used to it. Alrighty, I got these all done, so let's cut this one out really quick. And we don't have to do it perfect. We can leave a little bit of white. You can see that, what I'm doing. And I'm just going around it like I did on the other one. And just trying to follow the way a flower would go. And letting the paper do the work, not my scissors. And just turning the paper. I learned that trick a long time ago from another Stampin' Up! Gal named Deb Valder. I think it was what her name was. And I tell you, she has some really cool techniques and little tips and things that she gives you when she's doing her videos. And I just, I've watched her for a long time too, and these gals are just amazing that have been doing this for a while. And you know, they've got their video stuff all down to a science. They just know how to do this and how to do that, and I just struggle along because I don't know how to do. I'm in some ways really challenged by social media things. You know, I'm old. I'm getting older, and didn't have all this stuff when I was young, and so it might have made a difference on learning how to use it. But I love to do it. I think it's fun. Cut that one off. We're just about there. Anyways, you know, I'm glad we have the technology that we have. So I'm gonna get this one here. I think I'll go that far. That out. Cut that one. And we're just about there at the end. And I'm going to kind of go in here like that. And there we are. Get all these scraps out of here. And there's our flower that we cut. Okay, you ready to put this card together? I'm ready to put this card together. Okay, so I'm going to fold it up like this. And then I'm going to take this one, the bigger one. And, you know, at first I was like, oh, whoa, it's on the score line. That's okay, it goes over the score line, okay? Because remember, we're not folding this. Okay, I'm going to use wet glue. I like wet glue. And this one was 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay. Oops, sorry, there you go. And so we're going to just put some wet glue on that. Just smeared it all over the back. Lay that down. Line it up where I want it so that it's straight. Take my little squisher here. Okay, and then we're going to take this flower and it's going to go over here. So I'm going to put some pop dots and I'm going to kind of go down the little bit in the middle here and stick one right here. Stick one right here, and I might even stick a littler one right there. I think those will work. So you can see I just stuck some right down the center of this. You could lay it on there and then figure out, you know, eyeball it on where it's gonna go, where you want them more to the right or the left or the middle or wherever. Okay, then I'm gonna lay that back down. I'm gonna lay this on here because I want it to kind of go like that. So there's the front of my card. Isn't that pretty? I just love the colors. Oh. And then we're going to take this one next. And this one was 1 1/2 by 2 3/4. And we're going to put glue on it. Put glue all around here. And we're going to stick that in this one. And then I'll kind of squish that down. Okay, so that's what we have right there. And then we're going to take this one right here. And this was 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. And we're going to put some glue on it. Now you can use your double-sided tape if you want. That, you know, work just as well. I just kind of like to use my glue, wet glue. Took me a long time to find the right kind of glue to use on cards, and I finally found some that I really, really like. I'm going to share it with you right now. And it's called Art Glitter. Art Glitter dries clear, and this is wet glue. And I just get these little bottles. Well, actually, a friend gave me these, but you put them in there, and then you've got this fine little tip that, you know, you don't get globs of glue out. Okay, so then the next and the last piece is the bigger one over here that you can write your sentiment on. And that one again was 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to put that right about like that. And we'll press that down. And there we have, make sure this is folded in. In fact, if you want to take your little folder thing there and kind of smush that so it stays. And there's your card. And you can see that little right there. Here's your card. All done. Let me see, am I crooked or what way? Here we go. I thought these were just cute. Cute cards. Got that one, and we got the original one. And So I hope you give these a try. I hope you will make one. And I'm going to bring you back up here so that I can see, or you can see. And thank you to all my subscribers, my new ones, ones that have joined in the last several months. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, just click on the subscribe button. And if you like this video, click the like, and hopefully you will get some more. The little bell gives you notifications and lets you know when I'm making a video. So thank you. Have a great day. Until next time, happy creating, and God bless you.